In this video, we're going to walk you through how to create a blog post quickly and easily using a few easily accessible tools, most of which are free or you should already have. Now, first of all, why do we want you to write blog posts? Well, blog posts create content for the website, which helps to encourage Google to come back to your website to re-index your site on a regular basis. You can use it as part of content for emails. You can use it as part of content for social media, all of which, again, drives traffic back to your website. And if you create a blog post that it has quality content or high value content on it, it's only going to do your audience good, and that way you're going to be building up trust with them. So first of all, we go to the platform called Answer the Public. So in this case, we're going to look at men's jackets. Now, the reason we're not doing a very long phrase is because actually we want to know what people are asking. So when we use the word men's jackets, we can see what types of questions people are asking, what the prepositions are, what the comparisons are. We can look at the questions in alphabetical order. We can see what things are related to this, so men's jackets and coats. The idea being that we create a list of questions that people would ask, and those will be our starting points for writing the blogs. So in this case, we'll go with men's jackets for sale. Now we're going to test that on Google to see what it's doing and who's there. So first of all, it's going to come up with department stores, fantastic. And then it's going to list out retailers. Now it's not listing out any blogs, but that's okay. The idea is we're getting this onto the site, and this is just an example, obviously, anyway. So we start writing the blog post around that. We know that there's going to be other content. Great. So we now need to go and check with the keyword planner tool. And the keyword planner tool comes from Google, and it's part of the Google Ads suite. Now here we can find out how many people are actually searching for it and what the search volumes are and what the competition is like. So we can see there's an average of 22,000 searches a month. There's been a drop off in the last 3 months, which is understandable because we're in the height of summer when I'm recording this. The competition is high. The bid range, if you were to target it for Google Ads, is actually relatively low. It's under £1 a click. And if you have a high value jacket, then you'd probably be advisable to include that phrase in here. Now we can go on. Now we know this information, we can go and look at Google Trends, which will also tell us when the peak time is for that particular thing. So we've got men's jackets here, and we're going to just expand that out. Sale as a search term, and we can see what the interest levels are like across a year. So these are out of 100, so it's there's definitely people interested. Middle grounds, nothing, flat, and we're in the end of August now, so it's starting to tail off, and we can see that there's a higher level of interest in England. We can even drill down to cities if there's enough data available, and we can see other topics that are also of interest to people. After that, we then go to Microsoft Word. Now, part of Word's suite of tools is the dictate function. So if we go in here and we hit the dictate button, we can now start recording a blog. And it will automatically add in spelling, grammar, punctuation. And if I want to put a new line in, all I've got to say is new line, new line, new line, new line. If you want to make some correct amendments to it by hand, you're better off turning off the dictate function. So I know that I've made a few mistakes here, but the thing is, by the time you've sat there and spoken your blog post through, you've got 5, 6, 7, 800 words, and it's taking you 20 minutes, which is a lot less time than it would take for you to sit there and type an 800-word blog, because you're constantly checking yourself and you're constantly making amendments and changes to formatting. This way you can record it once, you can play it back to yourself using the view feature, and you can actually swap into Immersive Reader. Now the Immersive Reader will sit there and read it to you to make sure it sounds right. If it doesn't sound right, you can stop, come out, make some changes, go back in and start off. If you click where you ended up, it will allow you to go straight to that point and you can carry on listening. Now that adds another 5 minutes onto 5 minutes to format it up. Your entire blog post is written in under half an hour. Add to that, then you can grab pieces out of it to make social posts. You can do a summary of it that you're going to need for SEO purposes, and you can use that as part of your email as well. And then all you've got to do is put it onto your website. Your blog post done and dusted in under an hour, and then you can share it to your audience.